of the International Conference of Information Commissioners last June. I quote, "As part of our efforts, we will undertake a media and information literacy campaign, which shall be digital, multimedia, and youth-oriented. To that, this is the response to the President's call and its measures against fake news." And to brief us about the campaign, may we call on the Presidential Communications Office Undersecretary for Digital Media Services, Yusek Emerald Ridao.
Secretary Memorandum Jr., Chairman Prespero de Vera, Undersecretary Edu Punay, and Assistant Secretary Dexter Galvan, and of course to our friends in the media, our colleagues, and our fellow advocates of truth, good afternoon to you all. In this age where information transcends borders in a matter of seconds and where perceptions are shaped by the click of a button, our society stands at a crossroads. The currency of truth is often devalued by the convenience of carelessness. We must return to our people the sense of responsibility as consumers of information. It is with this very mission in mind that I stand before you today with great excitement as we formally ink the collaboration between government agencies for the Media and Information Literacy Campaign. We are here today as representatives from the PCO, from the DepEd, from SHED, DILG, and DSWD. All of us have come together here today to champion this common cause. And we are honored to also be joined by leaders from the digital sector, our partners in Google, Meta, TikTok, and X, who recognize the gravity of the challenges we face in upholding the truth in this digital age. The administration, in its commitment to combat misinformation and disinformation, already has mechanisms in place to hold the peddlers of fake news accountable. And so our aim here today is to complement that with a more stringent approach to prevention. Prevention is the key to curbing misinformation and disinformation before their consumption becomes a habit that ails public perception and discourse. Through education, we can empower individuals to think critically, to discern between reliable and dubious sources, and to engage thoughtfully with the content that they encounter. Beyond that, this campaign aims to nurture a culture of critical thinking, curiosity, and responsible engagement. By working hand in hand with educational institutions, government bodies, and our private sector partners, we aim to equip every citizen, starting with the youth, with the skills needed to navigate the complex web of media and information. And as we embark on this journey together, I urge each and every one of you here to recognize the power you hold in shaping this narrative. Whether you are a teacher who educates the leaders of tomorrow, or a policymaker who crafts the environment in which we operate, or perhaps you are a technologist who shapes the digital space that we inhabit, or simply an individual seeking knowledge, you are all integral parts of this movement. Let us approach this campaign with a collective sense of responsibility and enthusiasm. Let us commit ourselves to the cause of media literacy. And let us lay the foundation for a society that is resilient against the tides of misinformation and disinformation, one that thrives in the principles of truth, understanding, and well-informed decision-making. Thank you all for your unwavering support to this campaign. I am very pleased to welcome you all today. Thank you.
Thank you, Undersecretary Ridao. The Media and Information Literacy Campaign is not confined within the four walls of the classroom. We have asked the DSWD to ensure that we reach even the most vulnerable citizens to become critical consumers of information. One of our public partners in executing the plan is the Department of Social Welfare and Development. And we have with us Undersecretary for Innovations, Eduardo Punay, who will be representing Secretary Rexlon Gatchalian of the DSWD.
Thank you. Secretary Chelay Garfield of PCO and other officials of PCO, Chairman Pokoy Divera, sir, then Assistant Secretary Sir Lex. Other guests, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant afternoon to you all. First and foremost, on behalf of Secretary Rex Gatchalian and the entire DSWD, we thank President Bongbong Marcos of the PCO for allowing us to participate in this media and information literacy campaign that demonstrates the importance of collaboration to fight disinformation and misinformation. For someone who's worked in the media industry for 20 years before joining the government, I know the necessity for a war on fake news and how this battle needs a whole-of-nation approach to be won. In the SWD, I witnessed firsthand how the poor and the vulnerable sector fell prey to fake news. Last January, hundreds of senior citizens flocked to our offices for a supposed payout of social pension grant that apparently was not scheduled. Turned out the sources were a Facebook post from a fake DSWD account and an SMS text message that blasted across a nearby barangay. This showed how misinformation could impact on the psyche of our poor beneficiaries, how it gave them false hope and caused frustration, not to mention the disruption in our day-to-day operations and the amount of grievances we received in the department. Sadly, such incident happened several times over the past year. And so our experience in the SWD just proved the need to come up with a more effective way to combat fake news. And we are ready to take on the challenge and take part in this MIL campaign. In fact, the DSWD, upon the directive of Secretary Rex, already took steps to ensure that our beneficiaries, including our 22 million Filipino individuals belonging to the 4Ps program, the 4 million senior citizens of our social pension program, as well as our out-school youth beneficiaries in our Unlad Kabataan program, are all well aware and literate when it comes to credibility of information pertaining to our programs. We are making sure they rely only on credible sources, such as our websites and official social media accounts, and credible news outfits and other channels, such as our monthly face-to-face community interaction with our 4Ps beneficiaries. Today, we in the DSWD also commit to take further steps in promoting the Marcos administration's MIL campaign. Having witnessed the evils of fake news, we need to stand together and carry the torch of truth that will guide us as a nation into the path of a better tomorrow. Sa amin po sa DSWD, bawat buhay ay mahalaga patungo sa isang bagong Pilipinas. Magandang hapon po.
Thank you, Undersecretary Punay, for explaining the importance of credible and verified information, especially for the DSWD, to reach the needs of the most vulnerable sectors. And now, in a very interesting survey published by Pulse Asia, it says that 43% of college graduates find it difficult to spot fake news. Hopefully, we reduce this number through media and information literacy campaign together with the Commission on Higher Education. Let's give a round of applause to the Chairperson, Dr. Prospero de Vera III.
To Secretary Cheloy Garfield of the Presidential Communications Office, the representatives of the Department of Interior and Local Government, the SWD and DepEd, Google Philippines Representative B.S. Gonzalez, Meta Philippines Representative Claire Amador, TikTok Philippines and Malaysia representatives of RADA. Other government officials are here, partners and stakeholders from the public and private sector, particularly our more than 2,000 public and private higher education institutions in the whole country, 4.1 million students, and more than 150,000 faculty members in the higher education sector. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. The Commission on Higher Education is honored to be part of today's Memorandum of Understanding signing of the Media and Information Literacy Campaign with the Presidential Communications Office, concerned government agencies, and social media platforms. Bill Gates is recognized for the famous quote that said, and I quote, "The internet is becoming the town square for the global village of tomorrow." Indeed, the expansion of social media has provided unprecedented access to everyone and changed the discussions in the town square as envisioned by Gates all over the world. While social media has ushered an era of unprecedented global connectivity, it has also allowed the spread of disinformation and fake news. This information is largely propagated by people to distort public opinion or push their particular agenda. This is the reason why President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. himself said during the International Conference of Information Commissioners at the Philippine International Convention Center last June that fake news should have no place in modern society. In an age where information flows at the speed of light and a single tweet can spark worldwide reactions, the need for accurate and reliable information has never been greater. The rise of fake news and disinformation poses a significant threat not just to individuals, but to the very fabric of societies. Ang patuloy na paglaganap ng huwad ng mga balita at impormasyon, lalong-lalo na sa social media, ay hindi dapat payagan. Kadalasan, dahil sa fake news, ang mga mabubuting intensyon at inisyatibo ng ating kasalukuyang administrasyon at iba pang ahensya ng pamahalaan ay nababahiran at nadudugisan tulad ng sinabi ng ating tagapagsalita ng DSWD earlier. Minsan, ang napipirwisyo pa ay yung mga taong hindi dapat magpirwisyo. Media and information literacy is therefore very crucial in this digital age, given the proliferation of disinformation and the need for individuals to be able to critically evaluate information. In the education sector, media and information literacy is an essential component of students and teachers' learning that fosters equitable access to knowledge, which in turn opens up opportunity. It is also a powerful voice for students to express feelings and thoughts. Our students are digital natives who are well equipped to engage in a digital society. But to engage in a digital society, we need to empower them in the use of proper tools to inquire, understand, communicate, and think critically. And therefore, we in CHED recognize the importance of MIL, and we have been pushing for this for some time now. The best way to combat disinformation and fake news remains, of course, a topic that is hotly debated. But I think we all agree that addressing the spread of disinformation among young people in Philippine higher education is a complex issue that requires partnerships among different stakeholders. No single sector can solve the problem. That is why we are thankful to the social media companies who are here for accepting the challenge to team up with us against fake news. Google, Facebook, and TikTok can play a significant role in curbing this issue by providing algorithms, enhancing content moderation, launching educational campaigns, partnering with our higher education institutions, promoting fact-checking, enhancing user transparency, strengthening community guidance, and collaborating across platforms. These strategies can help reduce the visibility of unverified or misleading content, improve content moderation, and encourage responsible content consumption and sharing. We in the Commission will do our best to undertake the tasks mandated to us in the Memorandum of Understanding. As technology evolves, I of course hope that advanced algorithms can assist in flagging potential misinformation without infringing on the freedom of speech of our sector, of our students in the education sector. Ang hakbang para mawakasan ang pagkalat ng fake news ay isang malaking pader na kailangan nating malagpasan. At gaya ng palaging sinasabi ng ating mahal na Pangulo, sa pagkakaisa, kayang lutasin ang lahat ng problema na ating hinaharap. I believe we can do the impossible possible through unity and trust in each other. But most importantly, the success of this initiative will largely depend on all of us to adapt, to evolve, and to collaborate. Ang paglaban sa fake news ay obligasyon in the end ng bawat Pilipino. Maraming salamat at mabuhay tayong lahat.
Thank you, Chairperson De Vera, for CHED's commitment to the Media and Information Literacy Campaign. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Claire Amador, Country Head for Public Policy Philippines and Thailand for Meta. Ms. Amador? Now, delivering the message to more than 28 million learners, out of school youth, and the most vulnerable sectors is a huge task. That's why we thank the DILG's commitment to support us in this endeavor. Let's give a round of applause to the DILG Secretary, Attorney Benjamin Abalos Jr.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Good afternoon to everyone. Actually, maski ako naging biktima na ako ng fake news Madalas ang DILG nito. In any case, the Department of the Interior and local government expresses gratitude to the Presidential Communications Office and their good friend, Attorney Cheloy Carafil. Palakpakan po natin si Cheloy and her team. Of course, I would also like to greet my fellow cabinet members, my fellow workers in government, and those from Facebook, from Google, from Twitter, from Meta, from TikTok, and the NGOs, ladies and gentlemen. I stand on my ground that sound government decisions, especially in terms of local governance, can only be made if decisions are based on accurate data and information. There is indeed a proliferation of fake accounts all over, and the data of the Philippine National Police will prove this. One of the fast-rising crimes today are cyber crimes. And really, I was surprised by this, that we really have to focus on this area alone. We have to hire experts on this level, technical. Of course, A report of Pulse Asia, October 2022, says that an overwhelming majority of the country's adult population, 90%, have heard, read, or watched fake political news. That is 90%. Internet or social media, 68%, and television, 67%, are the leading sources of fake news about government and politics. Most often than not, spreaders of fake information are more loud and more aggressive. They will try to manipulate public opinion to favor the interests of a particular group or sector. And for a country like our country, the Philippines, which source of information usually come from the web, this is something we must take caution. What is also concerning is that 76 million Filipinos out of 107.3 have access to the internet. 97% of these netizens access Facebook, while 54% use Twitter, about 96% watch videos on YouTube, and 64% post photos on Instagram. A report from the advertising We Are Social and Hotsuit in 2022 shows that 63% of social media users in the country belong to the age of 17 to 34 age group, with females comprising a little over half of that number. About 13% belong to the 35 to 44 age group, while about 11% are teenagers in the 13 to 17. Because of our social media users are mostly from the youth, this media and information literacy program comes in very, very timely for our country. Being one of the goals, likewise, our department, the DLG, is in support of these policy programs that will benefit the youth. We believe that training our youths to become more discerning, more educated in determining what is real news from false information will really make a big difference. As such, my dear friends, in behalf of the Department of the Interior and local government family, we express our full support to the Media Information Literacy Campaign. We are one with the Presidential Communications Office in fostering awareness to stop the widespread dissemination of false information in the community. We believe in the DLG that capacitating the youth to become more discerning consumers of media, we will be able to help cut the spread of wrong information. Mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you, Secretary Abalos. And thank you to our partners for your commitment to fighting fake news in the Philippines. And now, we have received accurate news that the President is en route to the venue and will be joining us for the next portion of the program. In the meantime, we advise everyone to please remain seated as we await the President's arrival. Just a few reminders before we start the program. Please turn off your cellular phones or keep them on silent mode. Please refrain from roaming around, especially when the President has arrived. And we observe no flash photography. Posting of photos or videos of the event on social media while the event is ongoing is strictly prohibited. And all participants are requested to stay in their respective seats when the President arrives or until he has left the venue. Thank you.
Picture. Ha? Bawal mag-picture ng post. Dito.
Guys, pagdating ng president, kakantay mo ako. Kakantay mo pagdating ng president. Ako mag-style ka.
Pwede mag-video ma'am.
Ha?
Video pwede.
Video record nyo, pero walang live. Walang live record.
Ma'am Lia Okosomi, magandang hapon po. Magandang hapon na ba? So magandang hapon po, madam, shout out. Estila Pioroda. Yan. So ang nakalive po, mananatiling nakalive yung RTVM, mga kabayan. So nakalive po ngayon na dili ang RTVM. So nag-announce sila na bawal yung live post ng mga pictures. So, manatiling naka-live yung RTVM sa Facebook. Follow nyo po. Tapos din record na lang po kami. Then upload po mamaya. So, antabayan nyo po mga kabayan. Pero naka-live po ngayon yung RTVM. Yan, record lang po tayo ngayon mga kabayan. Manatiling naka-live yung RTVM sa Facebook. Don't forget to follow. Siyempre sa ating channel din mga kabayan. Don't forget to like, comments, and follow sa ating mga uploads, no, para matalo pa tayong matuto sa pag-vlog, no, dahil yun yung gusto natin matuto, no, na ma-improve natin yung kakayahan natin o yung natin pag-vlog. Thank you so much, no, sa pampalakas loob, no, yung mga likes. Thank you so much sa pampalakas loob sa ating mga kabayan. So, nandito lahat mga kabayan ng mga companies na meron tayo na platform social media sa Philippines, gaya ng Facebook, yung Meta, Messenger, at Twitter, Viber, ano pa yun nandyan, YouTube, no? At hindi ko alam kung ano pa yung ibang ano dyan, part, no? Madami.
Wala ka lumabas ang dila.
Saan?
Ayun, kaya pwede ka.
Ano?
Labas dila kami, labas dila. Labas dila. Ano ba yun?
Oh, nasaan yan? 4, 3, 2, 1. 1 more. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Huwag yung mukha ako. Ayan, so nag-aantay pa lang kay President Bongbong Marcos, mga kabayan. So kaya again, no, maghinay-hinay na po yung mga nagpapalabas ng fake news sa social media dahil may pipirmahan na po si mahal na Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na memorandum patungkol yan sa mga fake news information na lumalaganap sa social media at pinagtuunan na ng pansin ng DILG, no, katuwang ng DILG dito, mga kabayan, at susolusyonan na nila yung problema, no. Sabi nga natin, sana ma-actionan na kaagad, no, lalo na't marami ang nagpapakalat ng fake news at hindi tamang impormasyon para sa ating mga kabayan. Kaya ako takot din ako magpaano ng yung mga hula hoax, kaya more on update lang tayo sa mga proyekto, mga kabayan. So doon lang tayo sa positive side, mga kabayan, no? Para makatulog naman tayo ng maayos, matulog tayo ng mahimbing. Kung mga kabayan, mahirap kasi matulog kung panay gawa ka ng pagkakamali. So marami po salamat, mga kabayan.
Uy, sa inyo naman namin kababayan. Ito na po yung paglaban sa mga nagpapakalat ng mga fake news sa mga social media. So,
Bago mo yan?
hindi, dati na yun.
Parang maganda.
Dati na yun. Ito yung personal ko nito eh. Ito yung pang-vlog. Eh, wala na akong battery kasi.
Nalulubat yan. Mabilis.
So, ito yung paglaban sa mga nagpapakalat ng fake news. So, iwasan na po natin na magpakalat na maling informasyon. Kaya kawawa naman po yung mga nahadlangan para sa ilang po ng ating bayan.
Kapila tayo tara.
Idol, saan mo kami ron? Sino ba yun yung
Katrina.
lives na yun?
Katrina Salmar. Sa Jamie.
Yung nakaayos na yun?
Kinistan.
Pero,
Malakas.
tatagal na. Eh, Rapil.
Na,
Rapil. Yung ano, sa tourism.
sa
Hindi, sa PCO.
Robert,
Ingat po yung mga fake news. Ibibigay ko pa lang.
ay, bigyan mo na lang dito, mami, may siya na mag-display.
bigay mo na daw dito sa mga nakaupo. Okay.
Yung sa mga ano, yung mga supporter ng mga extra. Na sir, no?
Ano kayo, babayaran ko siya para kumain kayo?
Clip daw yun eh.
Sino ba yung dalawa?
O yung tagahanga ng extra.
Ma'am Sid, nakalimut. Ma'am Sid. Ma'am Sid. Ma'am Sid, nakalimutan ko pala yung kalpas sa akin.
Ha?
Hindi ko pa nakalpas.
Di mo nakapag dito? Isang libo na lang dito? Ha? Isang libo na lang to? Pangina mo, pa ako nawalan? Pangina ka? Ay, wala naman ako.
Hindi na po ako.
Sasabukin na kita ha.
Ano yan? Shitty.
Oo, ay, gusto ko na yung
Kompleto na.
Isang libo na lang sa akin.
Kaya nga, complete na yung
Ay,
joke na.
kinabahan ako. Gusto ko binigay mo parang ginamuro. Kaya kinakanilisip tuloy ako sa napunta yung sa...
Kailan shooting?
Ayun pa talaga, Robert.
Ma'am, next, salang ako, ma'am.
Ha?
Sali mo
ako.
na siya next shooting.
Hindi naman ako.
Si Kakiraki yun.
Hindi, pambagal.
May shooting doon sa ano. Pwede tayo doon
Huwag lang
mag extra.
malayo. Saan doon?
Ha? May shooting nga doon kasama yung kabila. Kaya sama ka.
Ayoko na. Basta...
Ano? Gagawin mo na doon, mag-rally. Sigaw-sigaw ko.
Shooting ko, palakpakan lang. Palakpakan. Tapos,
Ganun pala pag shooting, no? Yung feelings.
Haba ng rehearsal mo.
Oo. Hindi, mabilis lang.
Bilis ka lang.
Yung sa atin doon, yun
Ako
yung...
kumakain kami, nagpapalakpakan, sinishooting kami.
Oo, mabilis yung shooting doon.
Ay, ako parang kami, may palakpak, kumakalising lang sa pangin. Kumakain naman kami, sinishooting pala.
Sabay na pala yung shooting.
Oo.
Hindi niya alam.